In the past, it has been incredibly difficult to attend the prestigious federal universities in Brazil. Most students were wealthy and white, likely due to implicit biases in the application process, as well as the lifetime costly preparation that's involved for the Brazilian version of the SAT. To put it in perspective, 53% of Brazilians are categorized as mixed race, and yet only 13% of 18 to 24-year-olds who are mixed race attend university. So, starting in 2003, the Brazilian government under President Lula pursued policy changes to this university system to make it more accessible to low-income and non-white Brazilians. Since 2003, the university system has seen a vast expansion in the number of people and the different demographics of people that it admits, with the stated intention of promoting economic mobility and reducing social disparities.
Those who oppose these expansionist policies argue that while these policies may raise racial consciousness on college campuses and in Brazil generally, they will have little to no impact on the economy. But these statistics tell a different story. Brazil's university graduation rate for 25 to 64-year-olds remains below that of OECD countries and G20 countries. Employment rates for university graduates in Brazil are higher than employment rates for university graduates in OECD countries. Adults with a university education can earn 157% more than their counterparts with only upper secondary education. In a country where a college degree seems to highly correlate with more job opportunities and higher pay, not enough people are attending university, specifically low-income and Black individuals. We're hoping that our research will provide insight into the effect that these expansionist policies could have on the labor market as well as their efficiency.
In the past 15 years, the government has made some progress in making education more accessible to non-white and low-income Brazilians. Through a system of quotas, financial aid, and the restructuring of the unfair standardized entrance exam, the universities have become more accessible to those different groups. So our research team traveled to Brazil and using the Instituto Multidisciplinar, which is a university located on the periphery of Rio de Janeiro in the Baixada Fluminense, studied these expansionist policies. We found that the quota policy was particularly effective in expanding opportunity. The quotas essentially guaranteed spots in the federal universities to both low-income and non-white Brazilians. So while new opportunities opened up for the Brazilian populace that weren't there before, there were of course some strange outcomes. Take the case of Mateus Moros as an example. His entire life he identified as mixed race, but through the quota policy, he had to prove his ancestry in the college application process, which ultimately decided for him that he was white. He says, mixed race is the way I've always seen myself. And all because a commission of 6 white men decided so, my Black origins just vanished. This means on the one hand, due to government action, so many more people were able to attend university who weren't able to before. But on the other, it has greatly complicated the issue of racial identity within Brazil while also revealing some racial tensions.
With a focus on quantitative methods, we're currently looking at how these higher education policies have affected the student experience in Brazil. This has included looking at factors like preferred majors, racial composition among classes, and also geographical composition. In the future, we hope to transition into what are the impacts of these higher education policies on beneficiaries' labor market performance. This would include looking at post-graduation hiring trends as well as post-graduation salaries so that we could assess how students with college degrees are able to contribute to government revenue through taxes. But today we really want to leave you all with one question, and that's what is the true value of education? Even if our research shows that these expansionist policies have had little impact on the labor market, is that really the best way to assess education's value? In one of our previous interviews with Brazilian students, a student said that his college education led to his self-discovery as Black. Self-exploration and discovery are some of the marvels of education that can't be reduced to efficiency. Therefore, should we really be even considering reducing college education, or should we be looking to increase it regardless of its labor market efficiency? Here's our team. Thank you.